Welcome, welcome, welcome. After a while, I decided to record one kind of longer video. If you have living under the rock, or if you haven't been few of the viewers watching this, of course you didn't saw my Live or Die agency run, where I was using the knowledge of Charles Morgan Academy. uh, and inside this journey, I joined the VIP as well, so I got some additional content and stuff like that. So as you can see, I stopped at 0.93 out of, I know, I never said, I think I said I will do it 100 days or something like that. And I was having a tracker, and I want to go over this and tell you why I died, why I'm dead now. So I was having a clear goal to get to $10,000 a month, and actually to have 10 clients. So I was by 10 clients, I meant that at least each client should bring me at least $1,000 uh, retainer. And in my first 100 days, I failed. I failed. I will say kind of hard, but I just want to go over this and be totally honest and open and tell you why I failed and why I died. So the point is, just to start, I started a marketing agency. I'm helping one niche to get more clients, of course, building the websites at the moment, doing a little bit of SEO and doing well with the Google ads. So that's what's going on. I started with zero, and at the moment I'm having one serious client, and there was a win somewhere here, I know. Um, I have still ongoing project with the other client, but I made a one-time website build fee, which was I think around $400. And when I bring in clients, he should buy me a new iPhone, and that's happening right now because he's getting a few clients, high-ticket clients each month, just out of the web SEO optimized website I did, and he's ranking in the top three places in most of the keywords he needs. So we are doing pretty well. And also, I have a free client that he is such a nice dude and hard worker, but dude, he's like, we cannot move the needle with him because he's on the field all day long and he's totally not a tech savvy guy. We're trying to, for like 10 months, we're trying to make him to create a Google business page and he's failing. So he doesn't have a card to put to run some ads. It's hard to, you know, get him on to the campaigns. He wants it, but he's just So we are having only one guy on the retainer. I'm negotiating a few, but that's the current state, and it's only $500 at the moment. Um, so my goal is to get to 10 clients and at least $10,000 a month. So I was tracking my progress here. I was tracking like everything, and this is a very, very good tracker. I'm very One of the most important things in my life is sleep. So I was going usually between the midnight and 1 p.m. to sleep because I'm in Europe and I'm working on the US market, and waking up around 9. And that was usually pretty consistent. Here it started dropping because my body just wanted to sleep, but also the time was changing. I know sometimes around this period, I cannot remember. And this created a mess, and I'm tracking the percentage like of my sleep quality. And the purple ones was the times when I was not sleeping alone in my bed. And you see, this was the perfect weeks of sleep or 10 days or whatever. So I don't want to be annoying and like boring. I just want to go over this and tell you honestly why I failed. And I prepared something else from the academy as well, which will reflect perfectly what happened. So The sleep was pretty consistent. Like there was just a few times that I was not sleeping well, and this was the only time I forgot to, to measure. Uh, but the sleep was pretty consistent, and diet was consistent, mostly consistent until one period, and then I was struggling. Training was also omega consistent, but then I stopped as well because I was mostly working for the whole day long, as you can see, like 12, 11, 16 hours a day, stuff like that. Let me try to see. I was working a lot, but again, no excuses. Meditation, I was so consistent until again 2 months into it I stopped a little bit, but it was not a lot. And impulse, I was not tracking this pretty well, and now I do know what I have to do. The point with the impulse was, when I have an impulse, I need to acknowledge it, and when I acknowledge it, I have to decide what's the best thing to do. And I was failing. I was failing this a lot, because if I was not, I will just do what I had to do, and I will reach my goal. And the biggest thing here why I failed is these call numbers. So I started calling a little bit, and then this was like a testing week, and then I started doing 200 calls per week, which I did. And out of this, it's like 1,000 calls, first 1,000 calls. I got my client out of this. And then I was calling the next week, and my phone broke. I mean, it's not broke, but the phone I was using for years to call, they told me, hey, you cannot call with this. We're going to ban you. And then I was trying to figure out, the solution. I was broke here, fully broke. I couldn't like find $100 a month phone. I was trying a cheap solution. This one was $90, 19, sorry. So I was trying to find a cheap solution, and I found it, and I kind of struggled to continue to call. So I remember this happened because I was obsessed with results. We got a client, and I was just so obsessed to do a good job for him, because the first one that we got on the free, we spent around $300 or $400 for a budget for him, and we got 0 leads, and he bailed. And I was obsessed to do everything right this time. So from that moment, like from here, I was usually doing on a service delivery, most of the time, and I never hit the calls, and that's the problem. I mean, that's the reason I failed, and I never continued to call. That was the reason I failed. It's some kind of perfectionist that I'm still affect, and I will talk about the mindset. The reason I failed is not that I hate to do sales, that I don't like it, anything like that. I kind of do. I have fun doing cold calls and all of that, but there are some very, very limiting and like beliefs that actually are stopping me to do this. I was reading this affirmation book every morning. I told myself I'm going to do in the evening as well, but the evening I was like exhausted to do anything, so I couldn't. And I was tracking this and recording the videos each day. And this integrity was, when everything is green and done, it's 100%. When it's not, it's, And this is a cool part that I'm going to use again, is the focus percentage. And what I mean by focus, so when I start work and when I end my work, and that's how and it auto calculates how many hours I was working. And then I put how many Pomodoro sessions, 55 minutes and 5-minute breaks I did. And if this is the same, that means I was 100% focused on the work. And I was not tracking this well as well, because I go to eat and I forget to put a pause. And if I put the pause, it's not going to be 100%, So I'm going to change the colors here because it's going to be so hard to hit 100% um, because of these, pauses and stuff like that. But when I do these sessions, it's going to be good um, that I will be able to track the impulses. So when I start, you see the Pomodoro session here instead of these records. They're gonna be a notes. So when some distraction impulse hit me, I can just write it down, uh, notice the distraction, and just go on. And I will have a good track of that. Okay, where's this shit? Alrighty. So if I work for 9 hours and I do 9 pomodoros, that's 100%, man. But if I work for 9 hours and do like 7 pomodoros, that's gonna be 100%. So basically, I was obsessed at one point to get the good results, which we did, which is amazing. And then I just stopped. And you see, I got married. I got a ring. My wedding was approaching, and after that, almost a 1 month honeymoon. So I was not working for 2 months, and uh, and yeah, now I'm ready to get back. Uh, so what happened? Um, I watched, and I'm going to show you uh, in a VIP. It's I think it's this. Yeah, it is this. And let me open the document. So the phases. I watched this week. Sorry, Monday or now it's Saturday. No, now it's Sunday. I watched this Monday or Tuesday. The path to 100K, and I'm so happy that I saw this. So like, and I was pushing so much pressure to myself, and because of my pressures, I was feeling guilty that I'm not doing some stuff that I should actually do on phase 3, phase 4, something like that. So what I figured out from this is that actually I was doing okay. You know, I was doing okay. I was figuring out. We started from zero, from scratch. We were figuring out the service. First time we failed. Then we got a new client. Out of $500, we paid 250 to mentorship, which was amazing. We learned, we improved the knowledge of mentorship and learned how to do amazing results. And I was beating up in my head myself because I'm not cold calling. But this was the right thing to do. We got a client. Let's make a perfect service now. We got opportunity, and we did exactly that. And I got a testimonial out of it. Now I got 3 testimonials on the video, and it was just doing okay. And then I got the wedding. I could work. I could brainwash, and I should do that. But it's just okay. I should chill. Like, hey, phase 1, figuring out the service, you did it well. Now we are on board. We are closing the other client. We agreed to work. He just need to pay, and when he pay that, he will not pay that. He will pay to our mentors for 2 sessions. We're gonna learn how to do WordPress, website design, and SEO as well for a local niche like ours, for local SEO. And we will have an amazing service that people usually pay like 2, 3, 5,000. I know. And that's pricing and how I understand money here is one problem as well, and limiting belief. But so now I'm actually ready to do only sales. We got something that works. We got SOPs. Uh, I actually coded the onboarding on my website that can be done in 30 minutes, maybe an hour. Everything is ready. And I was stressing out because I was not calling, but I was doing the other stuff. But that was just the phase one. You don't need to. I know that, like, when I was like 0 to 20K, like call, get the 10 clients and like fail. But this way, we figure. By the way, this client is staying with us like for 6 months or something. I'm very, very good with retention, with like being normal human being, talking to people normally about business, about their life, everything like that. So each long-term client we got, that's a huge win for us compared to what most people do. Also, what I saw in the community here, uh, and that's for me a huge mistake. People are starting, and they are obsessing so much about appointment setting feature in their whole agency. Like, so their clients are not booking and closing, but they want to do that. And that's nuts. You're new in a niche, dude. I cannot close while and do that job, not even close as my clients, partners can do. Like they're doing this job for like 15 years. That's like breathing to them. They're even scared to give the sales to someone else. like. So I don't know why people are obsessing with this, to have that as a feature, to AI, answer machines, all of that. They're obsessing about that and not about the ads. It's nuts. Bring them people, they're gonna close them, easy as that. So I'm still in phase one. So now I need to build this. And then we will get to phase two. Then I will do the systems and everything. Just figure out the service with it, full power sales. That's it. And thanks, Charlie, and I forgot the name of the girl that was filming this, but this kind of make it easy now for me. I was putting so much pressure on me for no reason. So the reason why I failed, the main reason, is that I have a lot of limiting beliefs that are not aligned to my goal. And I want to read this slowly, and I will explain you which limiting beliefs I have. So basically, it's saying that we should have constant paradigm shifts. And this is the hardest part. And as you can see, reality exists in a pure objective form. When we observe it, we create a subjective reality. The subjective depends on our paradigm and how we see the world. When you observe a component of reality, you create an experience. So there's stuff, you see it with your own eyes and create experience. And this is biased through your paradigm. And that's how you see the world because of this experience and everything. Your paradigm is product of your beliefs, knowledge, judgment, and self-image based beliefs. And this self-image is actually what's killing me right now and what was killing me there. So the fastest route to success is having a drastic paradigm shift, breaking down hard-jammed existing belief systems and replacing them with something new that favors your goal and the future you want. So I was reading this a few hours ago, and that's how I got the idea to make this video. The hardest thing is there are two hard things here. I cannot say which one is hardest. First of all is to notice your beliefs, your self-image, and to beat it. So there are two things affecting this. Two things affecting this. Maybe you cannot see your limiting beliefs because of your ego. You're like, I'm the best. Who's gonna tell me blah 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 blah? Or you have some emotions like you're scared and stuff like that that's affecting your judgment and your objective reality. So that's why it's hard to figure out your self-image and limiting beliefs. So this is not hard for me. I like when I talk to people and they're like scared and tell me maybe you're not gonna like to hear this, and I'm like, shoot it. I like to hear that. And when they tell me things honestly about myself, I will usually already know that. But the problem I have is with my self-image. So I will tell you one example about the self-image uh, back from 2019 and how it works. So I was in sports for almost all my life. I was training for 5 years at handball in the best club in the city. I was playing football and a lot of these amateur leagues. I'm running, going to gym for a long time, all of that. I'm in sports. But I was saying to myself for a long time that there is no way that I'll ever be able to wake up like 6 or 7 a.m. and go to training and go to gym. There were exceptions, some challenge exceptions, but like, yeah. And I was telling myself that. And then one day I was doing a challenge. I was working from 9 to 5 and I was waking up every day, 5:30 and 6 a.m. I was in the gym. Gym was not working. Gym was opening 8 a.m. But the owner gave me spare keys and I was going get rid of spare keys, opening it earlier. There were people there anyway. 6 a.m. was stacked. So what I want to say, I was able to do that just because I was testing some visualization practice where I was every day I was gluing a sticker in my book, like with the prayer hands. And whenever I was saying to myself that I cannot do it, I was like imagining that picture and like having faith, like you can do it. Have trust in yourself. You can do it. And because of that, I was able to do it. Like I was saying myself, I will never be able to do that. And when I was change the talk in my head and say you can do it, I was actually doing it. And objectively, I have two hands, I have two legs. I'm like don't have disabilities like that. What I had to do is just open my eyes, 5:30, wake up, brush my teeth, take the bag, training bag, and just walk to the gym and lift weights. Like, what's stopping me from doing that? Physically, nothing. Just my self talk. Just, and when I changed the self talk, that was easy. And this kind of stuff, some kind of bad self talks I have actually are blocking me from this. To reach my goals. And for example, cold calling. I like cold calling. I'm having fun. I just set it up that way. I'm just having good conversations, and if I get some meetings out of it, good. I like to go to meetings. I recently saw that Charlie's looking for closers, and I was like, this is a dream job. I just talk to Zoom, and that's easy. And I almost applied, but like that's not my dream. I want to have marketing agency to scale it, to have money and do some other stuff after a few years that actually are the next level. So this, I know should I continue to the next one, but one of the limiting beliefs is how I see my value. Like we are charging a client $500, they are now spending to 2,500 on ads, and they are making minimum $30,000. I don't have exact number because they don't share the closing metrics, but they are very happy how we do it. 10x ROI minimum, maybe even more. And I was saying, like, I couldn't. I asked him if he wants to take it to the next level. He's thinking about it right now to do SEO and stuff like that. But I couldn't charge like 2,000, 3,000 from the get-go because I didn't know if this is going to work. And I wanted to perfect my service before I can know how to position my pricing. And I was telling to myself stuff like that, and now I'm still, when I do sales, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna ask for 500, even though our Google Ad services are kicking it. Like our conversion rate in July was almost 30%, something around that. And industry standard is 7.5. So, and there's as well, there's a lot of logic to this, but because I'm using my logic and I'm stuck inside of my limiting beliefs that are hard jammed, I'm blocking myself from growing. So basically, what I have to do now is just do the fucking cold calls and sales calls for the next 3 months, get more revenue, get few cold callers to call myself, make them the training for them, maintain them, do some LinkedIn or whatever outreach, and that's it. I got my goal. Basically, I need to sit and do it for 3 months right now, and I will hit my goal. That's all I have to do. Call, sales calls. That's it. So I just need to figure out what's going on in my head. Why it's like all of a sudden something that was easy now hard for me. So it doesn't matter what is true, only what you believe is true, because with work that will become true. So that's what I was saying. Like your experiences create your beliefs create your paradigm creates your thoughts create your perceived options create your decisions, and your decisions create your actions, and your action create your reality. So when you sit and think about it, it totally makes sense. So you must intercept at the experience stage, taking daily actions on this document to rewire your belief system and ultimately change your reality. Stack the rocks, build your paradigm, and align your existing reality to your goal. So this part, what I want to say now is probably going to help a lot of people if they watch this. I'm at the moment that scrolling, but not on the phone, on the PC, instant dopamine on steroids guy. And that's why it's hard for me to get out of that. And I decided that I made a signature with myself that's today. So the thing is, my actions were like, I wake up, I check the Facebook, check the YouTube, check the X, check this, check that. And I became a monkey, like to chase the instant dopamine. And because I have like omega ADHD, I do that like 10 times more on the PC where I can be faster and multitask the dopamine, instant dopamine. And my brain got back, like my old self got back, that it's addicted to that instant dopamine. And it gets scared when I need to do something hard. And when I need to do something hard, it's telling me for 2 months now, hey, tomorrow, hey, from Monday, hey, from first. This is the last time you're going to do this dopamine thing. I became a different person than who I was. And now I need the step 5 to reverse that. But I will get to that. So become he who can. You can read this. Basically, it's all my fault. And I'm living by this for years now. It's all my fault. It's only me, no one else. So, and I'm gonna do something about it. That's it. The only thing is that where I want to find a part. Yeah. Your identity can be changed in an instant. So I before this video, I was writing for a few hours and shaping my identity again. First of all, I'm not like the lower race of human being. I don't eat food as the drugs. I just eat what I need to eat. Period. No more ice creams. No more I know whatever I was super crap I was eating. And that changed the moment I wrote it. For the training as well, for the call calls, for everything I need to achieve my goals. I don't need training. And yeah, the problem I had with the training, I was training hard here, and that was sucking most of my daily energy. That's like a good percentage why I failed as well. So I'm just gonna train, but like maintenance mode now. A little bit of running, a little bit of push-ups, stuff like that. During this new project of 3, maybe 4 months, until I reach my goal. So your identity can be changed in an instant. And in this case, Charlie was talking about that we have becoming self, the desperate to manifest, and the current self. And those two are like fighting. And I don't like thinking that I have a becoming self and I'm building it, because I need an instant shift. Like if I saying to myself that I'm building someone new, that means to me that I'm still the old guy. But in a way, but the building someone new is like a habit building, so that takes like 2, 3, 4 weeks. So in that way I can see it like that battle between old and a new self. But soon as you said, but it's better just to change the identity in the instant. This is the best sentence I heard this in the last year. You don't get what we want. I mean, we don't get what we want, we get what we tolerate. If I tolerate that I'm not calling, if I tolerate the bad food, if I tolerate that I don't go to the gym, all of that, my life is going to be ruined. I'm going to be fat and I'm going to be fully broke, as I am right now. Barely like earning some money to pay the bills, and that's it. Sometimes I have for food, sometimes I don't. Like I'm in that position. And that's because I tolerated actions that lead to that. So also, when I recorded one of the videos, there were some wedding dramas there. I tolerated some stuff there, and that's why that happened. So you got to have standards that you don't break. And for example, creating standards is kind of hard, and I will tell you why, because I understand this pretty well. I have three standards for the which I never broke for my whole fucking life. I never smoked cigarettes, I never took any drugs, and I never cheat on any of the girlfriends I was. Um, and this was produced by some huge emotions when I was a child. I remember for the cigarette ones, and I know which friend when we were elementary school told me that everyone tries cigarette. I will need to try it myself, and I was like, no, just because everyone tries it, I'm not gonna be the guy. And that stuck me for years, and I never tried a cigarette. And then later on, I was just proud to do that, and it was easy to keep it. Same with the drugs. I never in my back then when we were like a squad in the high school, we were like 15, 16 friends hanging out every day, and only me and one guy that was training football were not smoking weed. And in the beginning, they were putting cigarettes into the weed, and that's why I didn't want to try it. And then again, it just, I just got like proud of that and never took drugs. But again, it was some kind of emotion, hard emotion there. So, and also for the girlfriends, I just don't want to, how you call it, treason. uh, if I was with a girl that she's okay, she like that I cheat on her and I'm okay that she cheats on me, like an open relationship, I wouldn't care. But all of the girls I was, they will just feel very bad if they know, if they find out that I cheat on them. And like I don't want to, make someone I love to feel bad, to destroy their life. That's what happened when that happened. And that was again strong emotion and empathy. But you need some strong emotion to basically create your standards. So some people, for example, Andrew Tate guy, he's yelling, he's angry, he's like that. All he's doing, he's producing emotion of anger so you can protect your standards. So this is what I struggle with, maintaining my standards and putting real emotion into them so I can really believe into them and stick to it. That's the crazy. That's the hard part here. Like that's why when you say your standard, you need to be you really need to mean it. And if you feel like you're lying yourself about it, you will not. You you'll just bail. Like So I'm very proud of. I'm 35. I look like maybe 10 years older, younger. I train like 6 times a week. I look great. I'm very healthy. I never got. Last time I got sick was 2019, I think, 6 or 7 years. I'm very proud to that, and like for that reason, I like to have that standard. Like, hey, you guys, go there and get the gray hair in your 30s and like be fat and complain about the world all day long. I'm not that guy, and I'm proud of that, and that's why I can maintain this standard. So that's why I need to find a way. How can I trigger some emotions to the standards I need to accomplish this goal? So let's go to number 5. Every day, put yourself through as much pain as possible. So eat pain, bathe in pain, love pain, and relish in it. When you try to bend the universe, it pushes back. Resistance is going to come for you and going to try to numb you, seduce you, and scare you into not working. Proceed in spite of it, no matter how you feel. So, no matter what distraction and impulse you got, you just need to beat it and do it and continue. Pain manifests when effort meets resistance. Your current self creates resistance to stay alive. The only weapon you have to defeat it is pain and work. Work is defined as doing painful things. Remember, you're the puppeteer, you're the general, you're the mind. Your puppet, soldier, and body take instructions from you, fucking you. Do it, and every day make a deposit into the bank of suffering. You don't cope, walk the trial by fire. So, this is probably the most important habit of them all. For the whole of my life, I was making a habit to run away and go more like mentally than physically, to run away and go towards instant gratification. And that's my brain by the default. And when I'm not aware of what I'm doing, that's where my brain is going to go. So, and this is the self belief that I need to really, and like a standard, I really need to implement. And most of my problems will be gone. And so tomorrow I'm starting new stuff. And I'm scared as heck. I'm scared that I'm not going to be able to do it. I know why. And I don't care. And actually, this dopamine chasing mm, comfort zone guy is scared that he's going to feel the pain. But the pain is the key to creating new habits. Because if I'm going to call for a month every day for 200 calls for a few hours, it's going to become easy. It's going to become a habit. It's going to become something I do. Same for the training. When I wake up and do the training after my cold shower, I don't think about it. I just go. It's not like, oh man. I mean, sometimes it's like, oh man, today I don't want to train, but yeah, I go anyway because it's a habit of going. Like in the noon, I go to the training. And this pushing through pain is the key, especially in the beginning when we make new habits. But again, for example, I create this new identity again, when I do it, to go to the next level, I will again need to use pain. Because the level I want to be right now at some point is going to become a comfort zone. Avoid polarization, don't get jammed. This is actually what I'm good at. So I have some black and white thoughts, like especially with this identity and standard stuff. I was talking to a friend about this. Like when I say to myself, I don't eat crap food, I don't eat it, and I can stick to it for a long time. But the first time I fail, I feel the weakness, some kind of weakness, emotional, and I eat some crap. My standards are totally broken, and I don't believe in them anymore, and that's where the fall of my identity begins. And in that, there's where I'm polarized. But the other stuff, I'm not. And I'm very happy that I know this. Like, I almost never say that I know things for certain. Like, hey, like, what's gonna be, I don't know, 40 years from now? AI is coming, robots are coming, whatever. So then I go to YouTube videos and I see people they're talking like they 100% know. And like that's how most of the people actually think. I'm like, hey, maybe Elon Musk will create a million robots and they're going to be good robots and maybe they're going to be some bad robots and they're going to fight. And I know maybe meteor will shut us down. Maybe we're going to become Matrix. I'm like, maybe there are 20 different maybes. And I don't stick to any of them until I have a hard database proof. And that's a good thinking. And I don't want to stick to this one a lot. This is doesn't doesn't affect why I feel a lot. Maybe not at all. Exercise constant discipline and have a discipline to rest. So control your impulses. Number one, what I have to do. And do the work consistently. Delay gratifications. Go all in your life. Sacrifice everything that isn't your goal. Very, very hard now that I have a wife. And now her mom, we're not living together right now. So she's alone for a week at home and she told me to come so I can work from there. And I know that that's not going to happen. And I'm going to lose another week of my life, feeling very sad and unhappy with myself that I'm wasting my time instead of work. And I just said no. And it feels like she's depressed right now because of it. Like, I don't love her. She feels bad about it. Like, she's doing all the work in this relationship. Like, dude. And this, like, is the hardest stuff when you have a girlfriend or something. So if you're young, like in 15, 20 years, 25, I would not even focus on the girls. But if she's my family and we're gonna start having a kid soon, so that's the hardest challenge I have. But she will understand me and why I focus hard. Don't judge others. Become the client you want to attract and have the courage to understand your drive vacuums. This is what I still don't understand. Or maybe I don't have them, or this is because I don't care about what's gonna happen in life at all. I'm gonna die tomorrow. Okay, my time to die. This is gonna happen. Like, hey, the meteor is going to crash, and like Earth is gonna go shake, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have apocalyptic fun. So anxious people are like being very emotional about what future can be, and I'm like, I don't care what future can be, and whatever happens, I'm just gonna do my best to, you know, fight in that future, like to resolve. If there will be a problem, I will do my best in that moment to fight a problem. And I'm very kind of chill dude and not affected by any fears, any kind of drives, any kind of, hey, I'm gonna, my agency is going to fail, and in a year I'm gonna get divorced and I'm gonna kill myself of sadness. If that's the path, I'm like, okay. you know so I kind of feel at the moment that my drive vacuums are dead, and I'm trying to get a different approach. Like, who cares about drives? Who cares about emotions? Who cares? Like, let's just do the goal, like in a chill way. This is the goal. This is what I have to do. Let's do it. Like, that's how I think of things right now. And have a discipline to rest, because not to burn out yourself. Sometimes it's necessary to rest to have your long-term battery charged. So that's how I see this. I was having some. I was having a goal that I'm gonna call for 100 days, except weekends, 200 calls a day. I got a technical problem. It took me so long to resolve it. I got lost. Then I wanted to continue. And then my limiting belief, maybe good, maybe not, told me that I need to focus on the service, because I feel with myself that I don't want to sell something that doesn't work, and I will feel like a scammer. And now that belief, I was focusing on service to perfect it. And now when I have a perfect Google Ads for my niche, I still want to learn website and the SEO as well, and Facebook ads, stuff like that. So that's kind of, I feel that that's the need for me to increase the price, that I can confidently say $1,000 retainer, which is again low, So that's the mindset that kind I need to overcome. Some people like ask for $10,000, and some other their clients are like, "Hey, you're cheap." If I find a big company and ask for $10,000, they will be happy. But I don't see it that way. That's why I'm struggling. But anyway, I structured my goal to get 10 paying clients, and then we will see. With 10 paying clients, if the minimum is 500, but I want to learn SEO, so it's 1,000, that will be a 10K. And I will have enough money to train it and go to the next phase. Do the ads, employ people, make systems, whatever, pay some other mentorships, all of that. So now I got to the point just to call like mad, book meetings, close people. That's it. Hey, oh yeah, I forgot. I got another client, but it's domestical. It's not my niche, but it's going to help us a little bit. It's from my town. And what I was also doing, I was just to give a follow up. I did a good branding. I paid the $600 for a LinkedIn month outreach and stuff like that to some people. They actually got me 0 meetings. But because I branded myself on the LinkedIn and my website, and he forced me to do into doing some good stuff for my brand and my image, I got that domestic clients, and if we work for 2 months with her, it's going to pay off, which is good. So, and I learned that there is a market on LinkedIn, but not a lot for my niche. Like the top dogs of my niche are there, and like medium dogs, which I also want to target. So I actually got optimized my website fully for the SEO, targeted keywords, and also got uh, testimonial videos. These two, the third guy just sent me today his video, so I'm gonna have 3 testimonials with the 3 videos. And now we're kind of have some trust signals as well. You're not random guys. Everything looks perfectly. Everything looks good. Like the website, I really, I really created a good website. Blogs, everything. And I paid $600 for that LinkedIn guys, and he bring me 0 clients out of being on the LinkedIn. I got myself 1 for like $350, and I rebranded myself. I created a good VSL, and I actually set up everything for my LinkedIn outreach that I will do, that I have learned from here, from where is called DM system. I have learned this, and with this Trojan video stuff, and I'm gonna do that because this my niche has to be. They're tired of the same outreaches. I figured that out, and I think that the Trojan horse outreach with myself, with a short selfie video, is going to do good to my niche, because I already know how people think in my niche, and it's gonna do much better than, hey, we're gonna give you 30 book jobs, like everyone who called them says that, and they are mad at that. I agreed to work with the client number 2 soon, and he was also the one when I call him. He was like, dude, finally someone that's not doing me, and he said that pitch. I'm gonna get you 30 jobs. He said like that. And I called him just like a normal human being. So that was it. Basically, what I have to do to reach my goal and escape the fucking matrix and whatever you guys want to call it is just do the calls. And I want to do it Saturday as well. Do the cold calls. I'm good at that. I like doing that. I even more like doing the sales calls. Do proper follow-ups and everything I already know. My problem the whole life, I was not consistent. My logic, good logic, was always working against me in the favor of my ADHD impulses. And now what I did, I use like I got this. I was, the booklet. And I put a few standards, a few beliefs that I need to meditate and visualize, and only for the purpose of to the December making outreach hard. Like, dude, good life is waiting me if I just sit and work for 3 fucking months, and that's it. And there's no reason to do this. The only reason it's here, the fears, the thoughts, the whatever is saying me that I cannot do it, that I never be able to do it. There is some fear that I'm going to, hey, Arsenal started the Premier League, like what's more important, Arsenal than this? Like, no. So basically, that's it. I don't want to record the videos daily again because it's taking my energy. I'm not going to do hard trainings again because that's taking my energy. I'm not going to do 1 hour meditations again because I don't need to do that. I will do 30 minutes of visualization of the habits I need to train. So, for example, I'm sitting and working and I want to visualize how distractions are attacking me and distracting me, and I just want to blow them off. For example, that's probably the visualization that I'm going to do the most. So today, I'm struggling for like 3 weeks now to install a sleep app, start my sleeping routine again, and the quality, to wake up at the same time, to go drink water outdoors on sun, and do the cold shower. I'm struggling to start that maybe for a month actually. And it's easy. It's so fucking easy. And because I was saying, hey, from Monday, tomorrow, this is the last day, let's eat crap food today, and then tomorrow we're starting. And when I wake up tomorrow, I just go back to my old habits, dopaminic habits. So what I did today for 30 minutes, I was just reliving. I wake up, check the sleep quality, go get my creatine water, go to my balcony on the sun, drink that, go to cold shower, and get to my room where I do meditation session for visualizing. So today I did this like 100 times. And now it's here inside my brain. Maybe I'm gonna do more today until I'm like confident that that's my default behavior. And I just have to do that with everything I do here. And I'm going to create a SOP for everything because when I'm stuck, I don't know what to do. For example, this is a side hustle sales job that I'm doing because on the long run, if I bring, let's say, 10 clients to this company, I will get 5% of the revenue of each client as long as the company is getting revenue. So I can get like to a 10K a month for the next, 5 or 10 years or whatever. Just if I do, again, a run of sales for 6 months, maybe a year. I just need to reach out to the people on Discord. And I was procrastinating this for the last almost 2 months now, just because I never made the system how to start. I sit on my PC and then what? And then I opened Facebook, I opened YouTube, and okay, I will figure it out later. And that later is now almost 2 months. So I want to create SOP for all of this. And when I'm stuck, this is the SOP for the monkey brain. This is how you're going to do it. And I'm happy to share this with you a lot because I know how many, like most of the people struggle with this in this online making business world. I do myself, and I can admit it. We have to rewire ourselves, and I cannot wait. My passion actually is to make it, and then I want to do this mentality coaching, like with this visualizations and everything I said so far. So yeah, I would like to. The video is already 1 hour long, but it's a freestyle. I was not planning most of it. I mean, I planned a few stuff that I had open, but yeah, So just to summarize, some of these stupid beliefs block me from starting, from doing the job, perfectionism and everything, like waiting to be ready and then never ready. And now from tomorrow, everything, I have a leads ready, perfect leads ready as well. Everything I have to do is this, and that's it. And now I have one client too soon, negotiating with two more as well for meetings. Maybe I already have four before I start this, so I'll need to get six. But never mind. I want to push to I know whole of this period, 106 days, whatever. See where I'm gonna be, and after that I can go to the phase two. And I know I feel weird. I'm not trusting myself that I can do it, and I don't know why. I just want to, wrap it up, stop the video. But the emotion I feel, I want to share the emotions I'm feeling. Like for some reason, there is some kind of doubt seed inside myself that say, "Hey, you will not do this." It's funny. Only thing I have to do, like I have a whole road. I just was visualizing it. Wake up, creating water on the balcony, um, cold shower because that wakes me up like 10 coffees right away, and I'm like fight ready. And I don't want to. It's fine. It's uncomfortable each morning, but it makes me feel good. I'm it not doesn't it doesn't take me to boot up for like a hour or two from the sleep. Then I'm going to meditate and read the book. First read book. Then I'm gonna meditate about my beliefs and my standards. Then I'm gonna work this LinkedIn Discord thing. LinkedIn is I'm gonna do content. I'm gonna do some outreach as well in the morning. 10 people. I don't care. The problem is I still don't know how many people I can outreach, but who cares? I will do everything again. Discord. Then I will go to training, or maybe not. I will see. That's the problem, or the only problem here. I'm gonna train like push-ups, squats, planks at home, and I need to do twice a 10-kilometer run. So now it's August. Around the noon, it's like 40 degrees Celsius outside. So I don't want to run that for 1 hour on that time. I like to on the summers. I like to run evenings. So this is the only thing I need to figure out for the next month. Then later on, it's going to be easy. Maybe less than a month. September is soon, so we'll see. And then yeah, I forgot before this work I'm gonna do the breakfast, then I'm gonna do the work, then I'm going to training. When I get back for training, I'm gonna do the lunch and I'm gonna do the sales, and at the end of the day I'm gonna track. Easy as that. And then Sunday I'm gonna fast, so no food, no training. I don't need to do anything actually, just wake up on time and do my morning routine. And I'm gonna chill with my wife or do something. Especially we are struggling right now with both of us are in this brain rot state. So we're struggling to kind of communicate well. We're bored. We are not doing any fun stuff. And we need to get out of this. And I'm the first one. I'm a man. I need to lead. Then when I do it myself, it's going to be I'm gonna help her. But I said that because then we will have Sundays for that for our like our time, and we're going to be careful with the time. So that's it. If you watch this, thank you for watching. This was just for my own sake. Um, you know, video to explain to myself when I get back to watch this video why I think I failed, and to again call that I'm starting a new stuff and it's time to prove myself. It's like literally just have to call for this 100 days and do the sales meeting, and I'll have a happy life. That's it. Easy as that. So thank you for watching, guys, from the academy. If you're not from the academy, search out Imperium Academy. There is some free stuff. Is very, very good. This mindset and how to business genesis, like it's amazing. I recommend to everyone, especially self transcendence. That's going to change your life for good. And yeah, have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye bye.